This video is my quick, cheap, and easy YouTube video setup. I'll show you everything, and it's just a few steps. I'll tell you what I'm doing right, what I should probably do a little bit better, who knows. But if you want to be able to do really good video work for your business or whatever you're doing this for, you don't have to spend a lot of money. This is everything you probably already have. You just have to use it the right way. And I'll show you everything. My name is Brian Toter, briantoter.com, and I show people just like you how to finally make money online. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for the updates. Also, give it a like under the video. That helps. So this is probably where I'm going to do this next video. It's a nice location. There's a tree, a little outside light, pillows. It's very comfortable. It could be anywhere, but this, I mean, maybe there, or I could do it upstairs. This is just a personal choice, and it's nice because you frame the shot. The camera will probably be about right there, and I'll be there. So that's usually how I choose where I'm going to be. So this is pretty much the setup, what I use. Easy apps, the camera, the lights, the microphone. I want to start with the script because this is really important. Now, I can't use a script. A few years ago, I had a small stroke and it affected my speaking, just like that. And I really can't read a script to you like this. If this was a script, I can't do it because I'll stutter and stammer, and it's pretty awful. But I actually can do, I can do this. I can extemporaneously talk to you. So that's why I really don't use a script, because you really don't need it. Now, I'll teach you a trick that I taught at Toastmasters. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster and for public speaking. And I taught how to, because the biggest problem was I can't get up on stage, I can't speak to people, and even on a video, and I can't talk like you, Brian. You seem so natural when you talk. And so I had this technique that I used. It's called the telephone technique. And when I would talk to you on a video or on stage, I pretended that I was on the phone. You don't have to have a phone like this, but you could have it on speaker, right? And pretend you're cooking and you're talking to your friend, and you're just talking to her and saying whatever you're saying, and you're not reading a script, right? You're just talking to your friend. And this is exactly what I do. I'm talking to you. Now, when I say you, I'm just talking to one person. I'm not talking to my audience, or even if it's on stage, I'm not talking to a crowd. I'm really talking to you in the crowd. I'm actually looking at the people. And I'm talking to them, just like I'm talking to you. And by the way, I'm not talking looking at myself. Like if I'm talking to myself right now, it looks like I'm looking over your shoulder. Doesn't it look like? Doesn't it look? Yeah, it looks like I'm looking over your shoulder. I'm looking at the lens at the top of the video, at the phone. So I'm looking right here, right where my finger is. And that's important because I see these people doing these videos like this, and it looks like they're off in space talking, and it looks awful. So just right there, wherever the camera is, that's where it is. And now this is a front, it's a selfie, if you know what I mean. So it's the front of the camera. Let's talk about the apps. Now, I have an iPhone XS. It's the end of 2019, and that's the phone that I'm using. For a while, I was using the iPhone app that comes with the phone, and it's great. It's probably all you need. However, I already had on the phone that I bought a couple of years ago some apps, and one of them is called FiLMic Pro, and it's $5, and it's like a professional app. People rave about this because you could do just about anything you can do in a huge professional camera. You could do this on your phone. Now, you don't need any of the upgrades. It's the $5 one, $4.99 I think, and that's all you need. And I can adjust the volume, which is nice. Like, you can't see the volume thing here, but I'm pointing to the bottom of the screen, and it has a little scale, and I can move it down right here. It used to be right here, and it was really loud, and it would be talking. It would peak out. It would be a hot mic. That's what it's called. It's too hot, and so I moved it down, and I'll see if I can get a graphic of that. But I put it right under the zero, the second zero. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but hopefully I can put a little graphic of that. So I like this app because I can do a few extra things that I can't do with the iPhone app. But if you don't want to spend any money, just use whatever's with your phone. Android, that'll be great. Just don't spend a lot of money on all this stuff. You don't need a lot of stuff. Seriously. Next, let's talk about the microphone. Now, I use one of these, and I'll put a link of this $15 or $16 microphone. And truly, I love this thing. It's, you would think for like $15, how in the world is this going to work? But it really does. By the way, I pin it right here. So I don't put it here because again, it's too hot. It's on the floor. There we go. By the way, I'm doing this video with without any cuts. I want you to see raw, so little things like that. It's going to be in there. But I put it down about maybe 12 inches under my chin. It's a nice sound. Now, this is a unidirectional microphone. It doesn't pick up sounds from all over the place. Now, a little while ago, I thought, oh, this is on Amazon too. This looks really cool. This sounds professional. And people they're raving about this thing. And it looks exactly the same thing. $15 by Movo. Movo is actually a pretty good company. It's the PM10. And I started using it, and I could hear the sounds everywhere. The heater would come on, I would hear that, and it sounded like a, it's almost like I can hear the air, because it picked it everywhere. So it's not unidirectional, it's omnidirectional. So the sound was coming from everywhere, even the back of it. Where this one, it's just getting the sound from here. I wrote to the company and they said, oh, yeah, that's not the one for you. You need this one. And this is the $35 one. And it didn't have this type of thing where you could just put it on your chest. You had to clamp it onto your camera if you had like a real camera, and it goes in the hot shoe. And I thought, this is just too much. So this little thing for $15, $16 in Amazon, just get it if you really need it. Now, if you don't want one, you can probably use the microphone on your phone. It might be good enough. $15, bite the bullet. Just get it. Lighting is a little different. Now, I'll show you the photo of what my setup used to be. When I was a hypnotist, I had a nice YouTube channel, and this is the setup I used to have. It was a green screen with lighting everywhere. Because in order to get the green screen right, you have to get the lighting perfect. Otherwise, there's too many spots that it's not going to work. It was also rough to do because I was on the corner where there was a lot of traffic outside, and there were sirens going by, and there were so many times that I had to just stop and wait for the traffic to go. The microphone wasn't one of these. It was a microphone in the ceiling pointing down at me. It cost a couple of $100, so you don't need all that stuff. Personally, I don't think that the green screen thing is useful anymore. I think it's old hat. If you look at most of the videos of people on YouTube now, they have a background. Some of the big guys who talk about this, how to make money online, some of them, they have these screens in the background and this harsh lighting and music through the whole thing. And they use a professional setup. They have to have a cameraman. There has to be like a crew, because there's no way to do all these things where they're having shots over their shoulder and this way and that way. This is the easiest way to do. So microphone on your chest, and this what we have here. Now, this is a light ring. I'll put a photo of what it looks like. But there's a ring around this, and the camera is, here, let me just take this off. All right, so this is what it looks like. All right, here we can see that. All right, see that? That's IKEA stuff. Isn't that great? All right. Put this back, straighten it out. So it's a ring, and it's nice because I can adjust it. I can make it darker, and yikes, that's really bright. So it's only a few clicks. I get it like that. Might be a little bit different. So you have to adjust this right so it's not reflecting off of something. You could probably see the ring over there maybe, but you probably didn't look at it until I just pointed it out. It also puts these rings in your pupils, and they call it Android eyes. So if that doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. Now, if you wear glasses, that's going to happen, all right? Especially if it's a little brighter. Yeah, say that. Ooh, ooh. So I wear glasses. I love glasses, and I use these. I love glasses. So lighting is really important. It's very important. Let me fix this. This a little crooked. There we go. All right, there we go. Lighting is so important in making a video. There we go. Without lighting, it just doesn't look right. And something like this is not expensive. I think this back then, like a year or so ago, was like $100. I think they have cheaper ones. They're all on Amazon. Get something with a good stand, and it should have one of those mounts for a camera. And I showed you what it looks like, and it's just in the middle. This is the ring, and this is it right here. It's right in the middle. Now, I put, I'm talking to myself now, I put the lens in the mount. So the camera is not in the middle. So if the mount is here, I don't pretend this is the camera. I put it here instead of here, okay? And the reason is I want the lens to be in the middle of the ring. So when I'm talking to you, talking to the lens, I'm talking the middle. So this would be the middle of the ring, and it's off kilter. And that's it with the lighting. I also have some overhead lighting, and just adjust it. Daylight lighting is great. This is open, and it fills in the color. And by the way, why am I talking about all this stuff? Especially, like, I'm going to talk about makeup now. Now, I don't put makeup on, but I put some powder on. And here's how I put it on. Now, after I showered and shaved, I'm going to show you what I do sometimes. I put powder on sometimes. Also, I have bags under my eyes. I sometimes use makeup here. I haven't done it in a while because I use glasses, and but it's just up to you. Now, I use the powder because it evens me out. Many times I have bright spots. I can see right here, bright, 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 and it changes everything. So this isn't cheap, but I use MAC. What is it? Can you see it? Oh, MAC. There you go, MAC, and the MAC brush and everything. So I don't expect you to do this stuff. I really don't. But it's what I do. All right, now I gotta do this by somehow opening this up without dropping the camera. If you wanna know how to do this, it's pretty easy. You take the brush and get a little on there. Yeah, that's just a little bit like that. And just put it a little like that. Now, you might think, guy doesn't do this. Oh yeah? I hope that, you know, when you watch movies, they wear makeup like you have no idea. If you have one of those high-def TVs, you can see makeup everywhere. So that's all I do. Just a little bit like that. And it evens things out, and the shine will be less. Here, see? A little less. Now, when I put the ring on, I can even that out too. Also in the app, I can change the exposure. It's a little detailed. You don't really need to do all that stuff. This is just extra stuff that I do for, I want it to look good, okay? Out of showbiz, this is what I used to do all the time. All right, now I'm doing this before anything else. I have to put the shirt on. I have to set up what I'm going to talk about, and what else? I'm going to figure out where I'm going to do this, and so you'll see what the setup is. All right, see you soon. So I use the makeup because there's usually a lot of glaring spots, and I have it because I bought it for the hypnosis videos, because I used to use makeup because back then the lighting was so harsh that I look so pale, and people would say, are you sick? I actually said, you look so different. You don't look like that. So I had to put makeup on. But I still use powder once in a while. You don't have to do it, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Let's talk about dressing and clothing. As a professional stage guy, I've been on stage, I've been on video, I've been in showbiz, traveled around the world doing it. I like the showbiz of this, because this really is. I like dressing up, the color, the background. I take a shower, shave. You get it? You don't have to do that. But somebody told me a long time ago, it only takes going from here to here. Just from here to here could be success. Just a little bit. You don't need everything. You don't need jewelry or spectacular anything. But if you can just go from here to here and make it look better. So there's furniture, pillows with nice color, a little plant. I have shirts, a little gel in it. So you get it? It doesn't take that much effort to do that. I don't use green screens because I really don't think they work anymore. People don't use them. Just use a nice background and find a place that you like. Clean it up. I've seen videos where there's like dirty laundry on the floor in the corner. Really, I never understood that. This is not hard to do. Just find a different corner or move the stuff and make it look good. Now, notice I'm also a little offset. I'm not in the middle of this video. A lot of people do that. They're right in the middle. And I like a little offset because it looks better. It just does. Now, since this is a very simple video, it's just me. I don't have different camera angles. Real professionals, and you'll see it. There's one from over there, one for there, one in front, over the shoulder. You don't need any of that stuff. Just edit it out if you need it. So let's talk about the desktop. So this is my desktop setup. I have a LogiTech camera that's videoing this right now. The sound is this microphone, but I would recommend the microphone that I mentioned earlier. I just have this because I had a radio show and I had this already. You don't need this. This would be it's way too much, and you don't really need it. I like it because I don't have to deal with cords, and plus it's a nice little prop. The showbiz thing. Next, the lighting is, and I'll put the link below this video. But it's neat. It turns off and on. When it comes on, it usually starts really high like that. Like when it's off, it's like that. It has 3 settings. That's the white. That's the warm. It's almost like a gold. And this is the real bright. So that's like the, I don't know, it's almost like a blue light. So that's the warm. So I put the blue one and I put it all the way to the bottom, and then I add one. All right, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I make it go up 1. There you go. I have the window open over here, but it's really dark and cloudy and rainy today. So there's not much light from there. I have a light in that room over here. Oh, and usually, hold on. put that on. So I get some light in that hallway over there. And that's pretty much it. I don't make this into a big thing. Um, but it's important to have the lighting right. If they don't see it or if it's all blotchy, it just doesn't look good. So you have all the tools now, and this is a really cheap setup with these lights and stuff. Oh, and this setup also has something where you could put your camera, your phone in there. So if you want to use that instead of, like, I'm using my computer with the LogiTech, which I already had. So you don't need that either. So you could use your phone and these lights and move them around. And that's the tricky part. You have to move it around and test and test and test. You have to test to make sure if it's right. Well, this is we're almost there. I want to talk about editing briefly because I don't want to go into that, and thumbnails. So briefly, I'm using ScreenFlow for the Mac. Camtasia is great also for the Mac and PC. Camtasia, I believe, is $300. This, I think, is $100. I don't know how you use Camtasia. This is great. It's more than I could ever use. But this is what I do, and this is the last video that I just did right here. Still have to put it in here. You could see the timeline. This is where I'm talking about framing right here. See that? Does it look familiar? Um, and then I put the desktop thing, just the video right before. So this is how I do it. Cut and paste, cut and paste. I don't do a lot of serious editing. Usually, once it's videoed and done, I can edit probably in about 20 minutes because I'm not getting too fancy with this. I put the titles in there so you can, there, like that, dressing. Um, so that's what I do. Uh, Here's a little photo of a photo. So I throw them in, and that's what this part is. But I can change the how opaque something is. So like this, I can make this, lighter and regular. But this is what an editing program does. Um, it's easy. The thing is, and you've got to learn how to use it. It's like playing the piano. You don't just get a piano and start playing. This is a serious program, any of those. Um, Learn how to use it. Watch a couple videos and you'll get it. Um, Next, I'm going to talk about thumbnails and we're done. I'm in my Canva account, and this is where I do all of my stuff. Like here is all my designs. You can see this is what I love to do this. This is neat. Now, I usually do this after the video is edited and while it's saving it into the real format to put in YouTube. Uh, and that could take about 25 minutes for it to encode it and make it into a MP4 file. Um, this is what I do. So I have about 25 minutes, and this is how I do it. So I go to everything. I have everything is under video. It's all the 1280 by 720 size, so I don't have to mess with that anymore. So I go to the last one, and the first thing I do is make a copy. All right, I click on that, edit, and when it comes up, eventually, okay, I will first change the title. So, the quick and easy video setup. Now, this is just for me, so I know what it is. This is yesterday's stuff. That's how I do this. All right. All right. Now, I just want a blank screen, but it's the size for a video. And I want to come up with a nice thumbnail. Now, I use also DepositPhotos. So this is my DepositPhotos account. And here's some recent ones. They probably look familiar. I've bought some, and some of them I didn't. Like this one I didn't use, but I used this one. Not that one, this one. I got that. I didn't get that. This is the last one I just did. I use DepositPhotos. You don't have to use this. I like it because they're real professional photos. I get the license for it, and they have some specials. Like this one is 100 images for $80. That's pretty cheap for a photo, like a real photo. Now, I'll put some links below for this, and I'll also put links for less expensive and free ways where you can get your stuff. Hey, on today's thumbnail, I may not use a face because this is a tough one to do. This isn't bad, but I like the icon. Now, here's the thing, the logo and everything, I could buy it now, or I could go to, okay, YouTube logo, all right? And I will go to images, and I'm gonna use one of these because this is probably gonna be better. All right, there we go. And look, it looks like it's transparent. So I could download this, and there we go. So the first thing I have to do is upload this item that I did. There we go. Click. All right, now there's the logo. And I might just use regular text. So let's talk about text. You need a good headline. The headline is "My quick, cheap, and easy YouTube video setup." So I think I'm going to use that. All right, add a heading. My quick, cheap, and easy. All right, now I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to pick some kind of a good, this could take you forever, seriously. You know, I like some of these. But with Canva, you have probably thousands of these things. You have to make something is easy to read. So for instance, you don't want to have something like that because no one will be able to see it. Even if it's big, it's like a mess. So I like something which is sans serif, meaning there's no things at the end of it. There's no serif, little curly cues. This is actually pretty neat. I like that. How big would that be? All right, not bad. Let's look at some of the other ones. That's not bad either. You know, I kind of like that. Nice. All right, so I'm going to move this here. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. My quick, cheap, and easy YouTube. All right, maybe this is even bigger. Now, to make things easy, I just duplicate that, put that down here, all, and the rest is video setup. Now, the reason I did that is I don't have to find the text anymore, the script or anything. So now, this is a little trick. This part of the screen, this part, is where the length of the video is. So if you put text here, it's going to get covered up in the thumbnail. So let's move this down here. Make this on the left. This is how quick I do this stuff. My quick, cheap, and easy right. Maybe that over here. Put that there. All right, now, while that's there, I'm going to see if I have any videos that I could use. Any photos that I can use. Maybe some other ones that I had bought a while ago. All right. You know, that's not bad. I bought these a while ago, so I'm trying to use some of these up. See what that looks like. What if I'm going to move this around? Okay. And there's that YouTube thing. I'll put this to the front. Forward. Put this behind. Okay. Video setup. Goes down here. It's in her face. Quite cheap and easy. Maybe even this. Move her. Ha! Look at that. Neat, right? How hard was this? All right, now this might be too big. That's all. Let's use, because you need some white space. That's pretty good. All right, so that's 80. Let's make this 80. There we go. See? Now, when that number is going to cover up her, that's not that important. So maybe make this a little bigger. Look at that. It's like she's pointing at it. And see if that looks like there on that line. Let's see what it looks like that. Nope. Yep. Okay. And there we have a thumbnail. How hard was that? Really? When you get used to this, you could do this. But this is pretty good. If you think about it, look at that. That's great. And then download. And there you go. There you have it. So that's the setup. It's pretty easy, isn't it? It's not that hard. It's not that expensive. In fact, it's not expensive at all. You probably have just about everything. Maybe the light is probably the most expensive thing if you really want it and need it. Otherwise, microphone, $15, $16, the camera, and just you'll be fine. So talk to your audience and be real. My name is Brian Toder of briantoder.com, and I show people just like you how to finally make money online. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for the updates and give it a like. Really do. Really helps. I'll talk to you soon.